But one thing I really, obviously you and Puff split many years ago.
Yeah.
One thing I really admired, and right off the bat, on Father's Day,
Mhm.
I seen you put up a picture of him and your
Mhm.
son Justin,
Yeah.
which is his firstborn,
Yeah.
and
And
your
mine too.
firstborn.
Yes.
And you wrote something that I have to share with the people. You wrote, Happy Father's Day, Puffy.
Mhm.
Thank you for setting a great example of what commitment, discipline, and structure can manifest while looking good and having fun. LOL.
Mhm.
I like the way you put that.
Yeah.
Thank you for painting such a vivid picture for what the courage to dream big looks like. Thank you for always providing for Justin and for all the times you have been kind to Nico and Madison. Happy Father's Day, which Nico and Madison are your other kids.
Yes.
But to be honest with you, I'm divorced and,
Okay.
and, and I have kids. And, and,
Yeah.
and to see that, to me, that like that's powerful because I think sometimes a lot of men and women, when their kids get older or even more important when they have kids, they just worry about the kids. And it's great, but they don't, you have to somewhat have a great relationship
You
with
do.
to co-parent.
Yeah.
It makes things easier,
It does.
and I think that was like for you to put that up. I thought that was like really like just just really like honorable,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, we have our ups and downs and our fights too, and we had our rough patches, but I think ultimately it's always about the children. And we, were really close at one time and really good friends. So I think once you sort of heal from like breaking up and all the shit can I curse? All
Yeah,
the
sure,
stuff
of course.
all the stuff that you might be have been upset about or resentful about. Like that's why it's really important. That's the coaching part of me now speaking. Like to heal those places because then you can be cool. Like what am I upset with him
Yeah,
for? I want to remember the good times. I want to see him in his best light. That's
yeah,
how I want to see everyone,
yeah.
you know.
Without getting all into your business,
Yeah.
why do you think you and him split?
Young youth.
Mm,
We were very young. Our lives changed just like that, really quickly. And he wanted to experience life in a different way. He's a young guy. He's popping. He's becoming famous and rich. Really quickly. And it just he wasn't ready to like settle down and get married.
mm,
And I think that's what I wanted.
yeah,
I think any woman would want that, especially after having a child and we were so close and everything. So I think it was just like the lifestyle, and choices.
you seen him go from an intern
Yeah.
to a millionaire.
Oh yeah.
I mean, how crazy was that? I mean, when you put it this way, when you were dating and he was an intern,
Yeah.
or he just moved up to A&R,
Uh-huh.
you were hanging out and doing things, but then you obviously had to be doing way more like extravagant things as he got richer. No?
Yeah, I mean, it went from him sneaking on the train to get home from get back to New York from Howard to make his internship to being really excited about holding a position at
Mm,
Uptown Records and sort of being able to actually do the work and as far as creating and really being involved in the music and the career of first it was Finesse and Sinquest and then Father MC, then Jodeci was
sure.
what really started to turn the corner. Then Mary J. Blige, forget about it.
Yeah.
Everyone's life changed at that point. But we used to scrape up for pizza and you struggle a bit. And I have a story for you.
Go ahead.
So what I remember as a special moment in a time where everything changed. We were at the Palladium
Hmm.
and we were hanging out. I think it was like a night everybody would go, like in the industry or whatever back in the day. So we're at the Palladium and we're at the bar, and he gives the DJ Craig Mack song to
Okay,
play,
flavor in your ear.
Flavor in Your Ear. So we're standing at the bar. The DJ starts playing it. The whole place goes nuts. Like it's like a movie in my mind. I'll never forget that day. And he bent over to my ear and was like, "Do you see this shit? They fucking love it."
Mm.
I had to whisper it. You
Exactly.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was the moment.
Yeah. A lot of people say Puff's drive to and his determination is unfuckwittable.
No.
You know.
He's
Like,
a beast.
yeah, but
And that's a gift and a curse,
yeah,
though.
okay.
Sometimes,
Why?
you know what I mean?
Because
Because
you've
the
seen,
other
yeah,
side of that is sometimes slow the fuck down. Like, stop for a minute, breathe, take your breath, sit down, vacation. I mean, he vacations now, but he would not ever rest. His mind was like always on 1,000, like always. And it's good in a lot of ways, but then, it's always a price to pay. I don't care what you do.
yeah. It's funny too because it's like people look at like Puff, and
Mhm.
or they look at people who are successful, and they want that, but they
Mhm.
don't realize how much craziness could come with that. Like
Oh,
meaning,
a
like,
lot.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know he's a great father,
Mhm.
but what I'm saying is some people, are on their phones all the time, or
Well,
yeah,
he
yeah,
he he is that father.
yeah,
He has been that father. But he's not Bill Cosby.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
obvious, but he cares, and he's the best father he can be for him
Mm.
and for his life, and that's all you should expect from anyone. You got to accept what it is, and I think as he's matured, he's become better with that. Um, with quality time and things, but there were a lot of times he wasn't able to be present and he missed certain things, and I held it down, and I always wanted to not make him feel guilty about that because he was pursuing his dream and everything that he wanted to do. But sometimes it was out of balance a little bit, but that's how you learn, right?
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
think back then that it could be what it is now with Puff? Like meaning, this kind of
I
empire that he's
I
built.
knew that he could have what he has now. I just didn't know what it would look like.
Mm.
This wasn't even something I couldn't even picture what this is.
I remember the first time I ever seen you, Misa
Mhm.
Hylton, was in the hot tub
Yeah.
of Big Papa video. Blonde hair,
Yeah.
two fucking buns
Yes.
on each side, or
Yeah.
what? Is they call that a bun? Is it?
Yeah. My Princess Leia
You
buns.
look beautiful, and I
Thank
was
you.
and I was like, who the fuck is this girl?
Thank you.
With Puff smashing the champagne
Yes.
glass, talking about shit. We could do this every weekend.
And I was pissed off after the video, by the
Why
way.
is that?
I don't know. It was different for me. Well, I think I
How did that
forget
even happen?
I forget this part, but Faith always reminds me of this part. How I even ended up in there, I think I was like, "Oh no. No chicks are going to be in this hot tub. If anybody's going to be in there,
You meant
I'm
to
going to
say
fucking
hoes. You
be."
meant to say hoes.
I'm going to be in there, and I got my ass in there, and I had my sister Trina be real. She was in there with us too, and we were like so I think it was part that, and then after, because it was like a weird time and I was young, and then I felt like because of that part, like my friends and your friends, and we can be friends, I kind of felt like we were a little bit more than that. But it was like reality versus now we're starting to be in entertainment. So it was like I was a little bit uncomfortable about. I actually was like, take me out the video. I don't want to be in that shit. Um, I had to have this whole big meeting with Hype. He was like, "We for continuity, we can't take you." I was BS, but that's just like part of growing up. I was really young, so it was a lot of roller coaster rides, like a lot of like, what are we doing here? Like, But it's a memorable moment, a moment in history,
How what was your
and
relationship
I'm
like
glad I
with?
was left in.
It looked dope. I will
It
say
looked,
it looked
yeah.
dope. Listen, internet, if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, pull up Big Papa on YouTube. Check out that hot tub. You'll see that blonde hair with the two buns,
Yeah.
and yeah, that was a dope part. I remember that was the first time I was introduced to you.
Thank you.
Um, but how was your relationship with Big?
Oh, Big was so special. He was just a great guy. Again, um, we were just kids, like trying to make it happen. Puff was in a position to change Big's life as far as offering, providing an opportunity for him to become a recording artist. And I was there throughout the process. I was there the day he heard it. I was there when Puff wasn't sure if he wanted to sign Big. I actually told him it was something so special about how he sounded. And it was like, I just I have that gift of like being able to see what's special about a person. And I just saw it immediately. And obviously Puff saw it too, but he had to think of the bigger picture. Like, how am I gonna market this guy? How am I gonna roll this thing out so that it could be successful? But I was like, you gotta sign him. And I do take credit for that. Not to say that anyone else told him that, but I know what my impact was, and my opinion mattered to him a lot, and I told him, and Big knew that, and on every album he thanks for me for that.
Yeah. Did you ever get a chance to style Big?
I did.